and blessings to all of God's children. I'm going to talk to you today about King David. The book, the First Samuel, chapter 18 and 19, but I'm going to be dealing mostly with 19, but I'm going to give you some verbal. But David, after he killed Goliath, he was placed in charge of like a special forces unit. And he went out when he come back in, but King Saul, and Saul was chosen king. The children of Israel said, okay, we want a king. Okay. So God sent the prophet Samuel to go look for him, and they got Saul. Well, Saul, he had personal identity and a lack of self-confidence issues. Yeah, he looked the role, but he didn't have no heart. God later on chose David after Saul failed some missions. Something else. Saul, he had his way of doing things, his way of the highway. And God said, okay, then, well, look, God took his anointing, his spirit off him as king. And from there, it was a spiral downward. I mean, he got all types of conflict. He got paranoid. David, when he come in one day, the women, y'all got them supernatural powers. See, y'all strength ain't like ours. But, they were innocent in what they did. They said, Saul, he killed thousands. Well, David, he kills 10,000. Well, what a lot of women to this day don't understand. You're around your man talking about another man. Your main man feels something. Wait a minute, who is this guy? What's going on? You're supposed to be talking about me. But anyway, when King Saul saw it, it just made things worse. Well, to move the story along, King Saul had David. See, David respected the office of kingship. He respected the fact that God had appointed and anointed Saul to be in that particular role. And David, he say what you want to him. Yeah, we know what he did later on with Bathsheba and all that. But David was loyal. And David was humble to the office of that. And let me tell you something. David was out there killing bears and lions because he knew God was with him. God was with him. David knew that, he was underestimated. He was scorned, looked over and everything else. But he said, that don't bother me at all. I'm staying focused on the prize, on the prize. I ain't getting caught up in the moment. I'm staying focused on what it is I'm going after. And he remained humble. But Saul was trying to kill him. Saul said, no, I ain't gonna have you right here stealing my thunder. You got to go. That's all it is to it. Well, later on, as the story progresses, David kept demonstrating, look, I ain't gonna touch you. I know you feel some kind of way. I'm gonna just, avoid you. Now, understand something. David was a killer. And I'm gonna tell you something. In prison, I seen so many Davids come in there. To look at him, small of stature, humble spirit, could barely hear him talk. You'll think, oh man, this dude here. I'm telling you, some of the deadliest people I ran across in there. You would never drink, and that's what makes them effective. Because you underestimate them. Underestimation is the leading cause of a lot of people getting sent up out here before their time. But I digress. David was a man of God's own heart. But yeah, he had his shortcomings and everything else. But David's faith was off the chain. And Saul knew that. And Saul, I don't care what else, he tried to get him in the situation, get him killed and everything. He was a king. But Saul knew none of it was going to work. And he just got worse and worse and worse. Well, later on, he crapped out. David waited 13 years before he was anointed king. From the time that he was discovered in the house, went to his father's house, it was 13 years. And he remained steadfast and focused on his mission rather than getting caught up in all the moments, the attempts on his life and everything. I'm speaking this to you today. And I don't know who it is needs to hear it, but I'm just speaking this, that these modern day occurrences, there are women who, unintentionally, some of them intentionally, they speak You got to be mindful of all this out here, especially young men. I mean, out here now, back in my time, we fight, do whatever it is in prison. We had the knife fight. People out here now shooting and asking questions later. So I'm just saying, try to be reserved and try to embrace the fact that you are being underestimated, because in this life, oh, and another thing, your anointing, your blessing, it's going to piss some people off. Don't you forget it. Peace and blessings. I pray something comes out of here that can bless you richly. 1 Samuel chapters 18 and 19. Read them and check them out. Peace.